When it comes to iconic roles played by many different performers, Sherlock Holmes is right up there with James Bond and Count Dracula. But when you think of Arthur Conan Doyle's most famous detective, the chances are it's Basil Rathbone's face you'll be picturing. He first played the part in two 1939 movies, The Hound of the Baskervilles and The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, following them with around a dozen more films, numerous radio broadcasts, and even stage appearances. Prior to playing Holmes, Basil was mostly known for depicting cold-hearted villains, like Guy of Gisbourne opposite Errol Flynn's Robin Hood, or Karenin opposite Greta Garbo's Anna Karenina. And yet there was a downside to his success, as he suffered the fate of typecast performers across the ages. When you become the character you portray, it's the end of your career as an actor, he said, believing it was being identified with Holmes that lost him a pivotal role in The Picture of Dorian Gray in 1945. Off-screen, Basil was determined to live life to the full. From an early age, he had learned to take nothing for granted. When he was just 3 years old, he and his family were forced to flee their native South Africa after his father was accused of spying for the British in the Boer War. He later served with distinction in the First World War, gaining the British Military Cross for outstanding bravery. But there was heartbreak too when his younger brother John was killed. In his later career, he was reduced to taking work of increasingly inferior quality, including 10 films during the 1960s that he admitted were only done for the money. While deeply attached to his second wife, Ouida, Basil found that she had an insatiable taste for the finer things in life, and the pair of them quickly established a reputation for hosting extravagant and expensive parties, attended by the biggest stars in Hollywood. It was Ouida's talent for spending his money as fast as he could make it that prevented him from ever retiring. He worked constantly right up until his death in 1967 from a heart attack.